call. Mark in Salem, Oregon, listening on X-Ray FM. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hi. I guess I don't think that Donald Trump is any further along in dimension than he was during the campaign.
I agree. Although I think his good day, bad day thing, Sue in our chat room made the comment, maybe this has to do with his simply lacking sleep. I mean, that has, you know, as you get older, the loss of sleep has a much harder, you know, it hits you much harder. And sometimes he's up, you know, very early, presumably getting.
So, but everything that he says, even the things that are crazy and make no sense to a logical person, plays right to his base. And I think that his base, since they don't listen to any other media besides directly through Donald Trump's mouth or Fox News, they're staying with him, and all the polls show that his base is very solid.
Yeah.
As he continues to play to his base and campaign during the entire election process, the danger, and he's starting to be called out a little bit, but the danger is that he's his own news source, and he's going to go into the next election with a 40% base that's rock solid. And if the Democrats do not put up a true progressive populist, he's going to win again.
I don't disagree. I think the only way to beat populism is with populism, and this is a populist era right now. And it's frankly
the Democrats embracing progressive populism. Yes.
You know, it depends on which part of the party you're talking about, which part of the country you're talking about, and there is a battle is probably too strong a word, but there is a struggle of some sort going on inside the DNC for what will be the future direction. You know, is the DNC going to hold to the populism that they at least embraced in their platform in the last campaign, you know, with the Hillary Clinton campaign? Or are they going to revert back to the third way kind of, you know, triangulation and work things out with the banksters stuff that characterized the Clinton years, and to some extent the Obama years, but mostly Bill Clinton, I think. Or are they going to go back to the New Deal and the Great Society, you know, FDR and LBJ? And I agree with you, Mark. I think that if nationally, if they don't embrace a more populist agenda, that, you know, it's like where I live, I mean, I know a bunch of these folks, and many of them ex-military or even current military, who literally voted for Bernie in the primary and voted for Trump in the general election. And it had nothing to do with specific ideology. It had to do with wanting an outsider who was not part of what they perceived to be a corrupt system. And that's why they would not have voted for Jeb Bush, and they wouldn't have voted for Hillary Clinton. It's because they perceived them to be insiders. And that simple, super simple analysis of insider-outsider, I think, is the biggest thing that's going on in politics in the United States right now. And frankly, it's happening all over the world. You're seeing it right now in France. The two major political parties just both lost the primary, and now you've got Macron versus Le Pen, two political outsiders. And Macron is now starting to say, well, maybe we could do a Frexit, you know, a French exit. He's starting to sound like Mélenchon, you know, the guy that came in number 4, who was sort of, you know, France's Bernie. So, and of course, you got the Brexit going on in the UK, which was, you know, even embraced by and driven by the Conservatives. Theresa May is a Tory. She's a Conservative. So, you know, all kinds of weird, interesting dynamics happening all over the world, but particularly here in the United States. Mark, thanks for your comments.